to the weather update. It's 10 o'clock on October 1st, 2023, a new month, and dealing with the same old problem that we've been dealing with all summer long, wildfire smoke. And sure enough, we had wildfire smoke over our area today. This is the satellite image. You could see thick smoke over Suffolk County, stretching southwestward into New Jersey as well. So both, unfortunately, both either going to New Jersey or Long Island Pine Barrens. I would have been dealing with this wildfire smoke, especially for much of the day. It got better toward later in the afternoon. It started pushing off to the south and the east later on after 2, 3 o'clock. We started seeing it push off a little bit, but you could see very thick, and it was impacting visibility for areas. And we're still dealing with the smoke out there to some extent, even though it got better. I'll show you what the sky looked like this afternoon here, and you could see still some haze. This was at Pine Lawn. I kind of wanted to see what things would be like at Pine Lawn, but you can still see there's some haze there in the air. You could see, though, still a little bit more blue sky there, but still a little bit of haze there. And then if you really look toward the sun, that's when you really see the haze. This is definitely noticeable here, as well as in this picture. You could see the haze as well in here as well. And even tonight, looking at the sky, you could see that layer of haze right there. We would have had a nice clear sky if it wasn't for that smoke, but and the moon tonight also had kind of an orange tinge to it, and then as it got higher, it got a little better. But yeah, very smoky day today. And if we go look at some of the observations across the area, you'll see. Actually, do I see an air quality alert here? Is that an air quality alert? No, it's just a dense fog. I'm surprised they didn't issue an air quality alert. Because some of these the air quality was pretty questionable today. We're going to look at some observations across the area. It's still near 70 in Nassau County. You'll notice out in Suffolk it's dropped to 63, 54 at West Hampton, down to 63 at Toms River. Or where was that? 60? Well, it was actually 60 at Toms River. But anyway, still 72 at LaGuardia. Obviously, the alley is probably holding it in. You can see some reason it's saying mist. There is no mist. But it is 7 mile down to 7 mile visibility here. And we'll show you what West Hampton was like today. And you'll see the reduced visibility. It actually got down as low as 3 miles this evening. Maybe it's fog. Maybe that's what they're getting. Maybe they are getting some fog, maybe, perhaps. But I'm wondering if that's really just smoke. The smoke is probably helping to create this. And you'll see here the reduced visibility during the day. It's saying haze. You can see down 4 or 5 miles at West Hampton today. 4 miles in haze there. They call it haze. It's smoke. That's what it is. It really should be saying smoke. I don't know why it doesn't say that. But, yeah, this is all from the wildfires. This all originated from the wildfires in, see, take a look at Islip here. The day was like at Islip. And you'll see that. And as you saw at the beginning of the video, I kind of showed you the satellite loop here. So you could see Islip. Got into the mid-70s today. A little less in the way of haze at Islip. It was more at the upper levels, I guess, maybe over there. But, it was still noticeable. And it was still smoky out there. And definitely you can almost smell it a little bit as well. Actually, it said thin scattered. So it's showing the smoke right there. So let's go over our highs and lows for the day. And you can see we got into the mid-70s today. Pretty warm day today, actually. And it felt a little bit muggy with the smoke and the fact that the air isn't all that dry. Look at that. Managed to get close to 80 in New Jersey, as well as the city. Look at the lows. Lows in the 50s generally speaking, and low 60s in the city. But today it's pretty much all about that smoke and, very hazy skies today. And if we just look at a few Earth cams here to show you what it looked like today. I'll show you Port Jefferson first so you could see the haze in the air. So you could see this was around noon. You could definitely see, look at how hazy that sky is. As you got toward the late afternoon, you could see the sky looks a little bit better. But still hazy. In the morning, it was really bad over there. You could see just that's all haze. That's all smoke. That's all smoke right there that you're seeing. That's what that is. That's all smoke. Let's see, we have a few other New York ones here. Let's see. I think there's one from Montauk as well. I think they had one from Montauk. Yeah, here we go. That might actually show the sunrise. I don't know. It might. Let's see if we can see the sunrise here. Oh, well, we got the sunset. This will show up here. Still looks kind of smoky to me. Yeah. Not like it did in the morning. Not like it did in the morning, but still, that's pretty smoky. Yeah, that's pretty smoky. Yeah, that's pretty smoky indeed. That's a lot of haze right there. A lot of haze. So it's kind of like what you were dealing with. You could also look at. I think Midtown 4K faces the east. So let's see. Maybe get the sunrise on that. Not available, of course. They did have there was one for the Hamptons, but they only go back about 12 hours. Unfortunately, I can't rewind it any more than that. But yeah, it was hazy. It's smoky this morning, and really not very nice at all. Maybe we can get one from Connecticut that faces the east. I don't want to go on one of these things here. Well, we have Norwalk. Maybe this one will show us the sun coming up. Oh yeah, this shows us what it looked like. There you go. You can see the sun just. Yeah, look at how hazy it is. So you can see the sun's faint. It's very hazy. You can see that. You can sort of just barely make out the sun. There it is. Just barely make it out right there above the tree there. That's how dim it was. This is what it looked like this morning. Very smoky. You can see that. Very smoky. So very poor air quality today. And I was telling you about this yesterday too. Actually, yeah. Let me go back to this, kind of show you the difference in the air quality. So that's what it was like in the morning. And you can see this was, let's see, this is 10 o'clock. Still see pretty hazy. But then, especially in Connecticut, the north and west, bluer skies returned by the afternoon. So bluer, I mean, not perfect, but definitely better than it was in the morning. So looking at your air quality here, I was showing you this too as well. You can see good air quality being reported in Nassau County, the city. New Jersey, we have some moderate levels over there along the Jersey shore. And also in Suffolk County, moderate levels. And even in unhealthy for sensitive groups at Rocky Point. Montauk's down to 87 at least, so it's better there. But you can see still got unhealthy air quality over 100 in eastern Connecticut, Rhode Island, as well as Massachusetts as well, 115 as well, 116. I don't know why they haven't issued any air quality alerts. We also have some as well around Albany, 129 showing up there as well. So, yeah, this is, you can actually see, this kind of shows the smoke right here. If you zoom out, you can see the plume of smoke that's kind of stuck over us. And this all came from the wildfires in over here that are burning over here, which look like they're burning a little less now. But we could trace this smoke back. If we go back all the way, watch the smoke. You can see where it came from. It came all the way from here. Came all the way from the fires here. This is September 23rd. So these fires here, this big plume of smoke that was coming out of Alberta, as well as Saskatchewan and even parts of Manitoba, that all moved its way east. It moved its way east, and then it went around, because we have this weird pattern. It went around. They'll draw this out here for you, but it kind of went around. It went all the way up here, and all the way down here, and then came all the way back like that, because you got this big ridge over here. So it went around the ridge. That's how long it took, because that's how slow the currents in the atmosphere are. You can see, and we had that storm. It kind of pushed it back, and we had that the remnants of the ghost of Ophelia. And now that the ghost of Ophelia has moved away, you can see, and there's the ghost of Ophelia right there, still looking like it's still going. But you can see how the smoke kind of. But we do have cleaner air over here, so I'm wondering if we're going to be able to tap into this over the next couple of days and hopefully maybe get rid of the smoke. We will look at the smoke models. But let's talk about October. Let's talk about the statistics for October. Luckily, the Weather Service has put this nice little graphic up so we can kind of show you. We will go into the climate page as well. But this kind of shows you what we have out there. So, Central Park was 5 degrees below normal. Again, we started off above normal, but then the last part of the month was colder than normal. So we were 0.5 degrees below normal. The high, we had 93 on September 6th and 7th, and a low of 50 on September 27th. 14.25 inches of rain. That's 331% of normal. Second wettest September on record. But the next two are the wettest September on record at Kennedy and LaGuardia, as you see there. Kennedy had an average temperature of 76.2, still almost a half a degree above normal, and 13.01 inches of rain, 363% of normal, wettest on record. LaGuardia 76.9, so they were about 0.3 degrees below normal. They got up to 96 on September 7th, and down to 53 on September 27th. 12.76 inches of rain, 329% of normal, wettest September on record. So we have the wettest September on record are two of our climate sites. Islip, 75.5 was the average high, averaging 0.7 degrees above normal. So it was above normal, not enough to offset the above normal temperatures earlier in the month. 92 was the high on September 6th and 7th, and 50 was the low on September 17th. 6.78 inches of rain, 188% of normal, third wettest on record. Newark, 78.9. No surprise again, which side is the warmest as far as the biggest temperature anomaly? Always New Jersey, 1.2 degrees above normal still. They got up to 97 on September 6th, and 8.31 inches of rain, seventh wettest on record. Bridgeport, third wettest on record as well, with 8.28 inches of rain. So, a very wet month. Wettest September on record at a lot of sites or close to it. Let's go look at our observed weather for the day, and then we'll go and look at our climate report. So 76 degrees was the high at Islip today. Normal high 70, so 6 degrees above normal. 5 degrees above normal for the day. Central Park, 76, 6 degrees above normal for the high, and 4 degrees above normal for the day. So you get an idea of how warm it was. And Newark got up to 82. My God, Jersey, 10 degrees above normal. And 10 degrees above normal for the high, and 7 degrees above normal for the day. So you can see we're going to have a string of very warm weather. Even today, we really started heating up today, despite the smoke. It really didn't do much. As it thinned out toward later in the afternoon, enough sunshine was able to get through to have it fairly warm. So we'll go and look at the climate report now for Islip. Monthly weather summary for Islip. And here's your monthly weather summary. So your average high of 75.5 was 0.7 degrees above normal. We had a lot of warm nights, though. 61.6 for the average low. That's 2.7 degrees above normal. All right, so that mean of 68.6 is about 1.7 degrees above normal for Islip. So that's we were above normal by quite a bit, temperature-wise, and of course all the rain. Central Park, you can see here, average maximum of 75.7 was 0.5 degrees below normal. However, the average minimum of 63.1 was 0.8 degrees above normal. So this kind of tells you something. It tells you we had a lot of days with cloud cover, which kept the temperatures higher at night. That's what it kind of shows you. So let's go and look at let's look at a few more satellite images. Actually, the smoke if we can. I think we'll go ahead and look at the Canada, northern U.S. I don't think there's any more coming, so I'm hoping there isn't any more. But we'll go ahead and kind of look at this and see if there is any more smoke up there. And see, just gotta wait for this to load. We have a 72 frame satellite. I don't see too much more smoke up there. It's just wrapped around this storm here, basically. So as this pulls away, hopefully it'll take at least some of the smoke with it, though. You can still see this along the eastern coast there. Let's go to the models next. And, we'll go to the Hurricane Center, obviously. I haven't really talked too much about the tropics. We have Tropical Depression Arena and Felipe, which is moving very slowly to the west-northwest at 50, and it's a 50-mile-an-hour storm right there that we have. So let's go look at the models, and we'll go into the upper air pattern now. We still have this slow-moving upper air pattern, so let's look at the GFS. And I'm not going to look at the European because the European has been wrong just too many times here at this point. I'm not going to look at it. So there's your storm here. There's your storm. Ghost of Ophelia finally going away, getting lifted off to the east and the north. You can see jet streams way up in Canada. Big ridge, barely any wind aloft at all whatsoever to steer anything. But luckily we have a nice air mass, so or at least dry weather, so we won't have to deal with any rain getting stuck over us. Our next chance of rain would be with this trough that comes in here for your weekend. Once again, right on the weekend, you can see this narrow trough coming through. That'll bring a cool down, and then it kind of just cuts off the jet stream. Like I said, looking very, very weird here, very unusual, nonetheless. But this is all because of climate change, as you know. So here's your big ridge that we're going to have this week, keeping us warm. It looks like it is developing something, tropical system, but that's way out to sea. It doesn't bother us. And then here comes the trough. That's going to bring cooler weather for next week. You can see there's your trough and the ridge setup right there. The ridge you still have that ridging in Canada. All right. So when we see that, and we go to the temperature anomaly chart, which we're going to do next, you'll see way above normal temperatures continue for Canada. And that's not a good thing. If we want to get these fires under control or prevent any new ones, it's still way too warm for that. As we head, there's that trough that brings the cool down for next week. You'll see that, but still staying above normal more or less in Canada. We still have this kind of upside down pattern. You can sort of see a ridge develop in the east there. All right. Good news, at least we see the anomalies in Greenland calm down a little bit. There's been a lot of warmth in Greenland as well. So let's look at the surface. All right, so you see we have this high, and it's going to stay parked right over us. So warm and dry weather continues. Next chance of rain won't be until Friday into the weekend. Here's Friday and Saturday. You can see a chance of rain right there, and then another high would build in, though a low could get cut off. And that'll keep us in a prolonged northwest flow, which will keep us cool. And you can see it looks like maybe a tropical system staying off to the south, luckily. And then another bit of cold air comes in. So it does keep us cool, and that's the good news once we get past this week. And no stalled rain storms that I can see right now that are going to occur. So going more into the short range now, let's look at the HRRR. And the 0Z run of the HRRR. Obviously, there's no precipitation, so I'm not even going to look at that. Let's just look at our dew points and wind flow here. And you see the wind flow northeasterly continues, going a little more easterly, and then it turns to westerly, oddly enough, as we get toward Tuesday. So you can see the dew points aren't that low. So that's why it gives that slight muggy feel. And we're going to have that again on Tuesday. I think it's just because we have stagnant air and we have all the sunshine evaporating all the moisture off the ground, so that's why we're getting that low level moisture. But you'll notice the winds go more westerly on Tuesday, and that means warmer temperatures. So when we look at our temperatures here, you'll see here temperatures onto your Monday, similar to today, mid-70s. Further west you go, the warmer it might be, close to 80 in Jersey. Drop into the 50s at night, and then for Tuesday we're going to be warmer. I think we're going to be close to 80 in a lot of locations, and then there'll be a sea breeze later on. I know we're talking about sea breezes in October, but hey, that's what it is. So let's go to the GFS here. A similar idea here. All right, you see that westerly flow coming subtly on Wednesday. Thursday is when we start seeing the southerly flow maybe develop a little more, though it still has the dew points pretty low. And then we have a southeasterly flow Friday. See the dew points coming up. That brings your next chance of rain ahead of the cold front. And then we could have another rainy Saturday or a chance of rain on Saturday. And then much colder, drier air comes in. Finally, feeling like October once we get to Sunday and the Monday. Finally, we'll get some cooler, drier air coming in. And it's going to be with us all of next week. But this week's going to be kind of mild. So going here, you'll see here's your temperatures, and you look at Wednesday. Wow, so this is the GFS shooting a little bit warmer, and that's what I would agree with, the GFS being a little bit warmer. I think the HRRR may be running a little too cool. 80 or better on Wednesday for a lot of areas. Thursday maybe a little bit cooler with the southerly flow, and then we'll have more clouds Friday, obviously, so temperatures in the 70s. And then as we get to Saturday, dropping temperatures, and then Sunday, we're only going to be in the 60s, and then we're just getting next week more seasonable weather returns. Maybe days where it only be in the 50s, perhaps. So finally, some fall-like weather. It is October, after all. So let's look at the GFS. This just shows clouds. Tomorrow it is showing some cloudiness, though for Tuesday, less cloudiness. And Wednesday, clear. Thursday, we'll have maybe some clouds around us, but it is Friday that we'll see the more clouds and the shower chances return. And then past that, we'll have, probably with the cool air, we might have some partly sunny skies at times. But at least it'll be cooler and feel more like fall should feel. Let's go to the RGM next. RGM, you're up next. So clear skies tonight And the RGM showing some of those high clouds and smoke. I think there's still going to be some smoke around. Tuesday, starting off with the cirrus, and maybe that dissipates later on. Wednesday, maybe some small amounts of cirrus around. Thursday, we have to watch for Thursday. It's just too far in advance to show you the clouds. It's all mainly, I'm more concerned about the smoke. I don't think we're going to see all that many clouds. If you do, they'd just be cirrus clouds or maybe some occasional jet smog. But anyway, let's go look at the smoke model. Here's the RGM, a wrap smoke model, and you can see it does improve for a little bit tomorrow, and then toward the afternoon, it looks like we get another batch of smoke. This is the vertically integrated smoke. As we get into your Tuesday, it seems like it thins out a little more. So tomorrow, I think we'll be seeing more of it. If we go to the near-surface smoke model, you'll see that there'll actually be some smoke near the surface, too. So there's your near-surface smoke model, and you can see, yeah, it's actually showing some. So expect to smell it tomorrow. As we get into Tuesday, it hopefully gets a little bit better. But I would expect to definitely be dealing with some smoke tomorrow. So it won't be a nice blue sky tomorrow. I don't think we'll have that. And you can see the Weather Service itself has even said haze for tomorrow, so it's even thrown in haze. I love it they say haze instead of smoke. I don't know why they don't want to admit the obvious, but yeah, everybody wants to just downplay climate change. They don't want to admit that smoke has come from these fires and how bad they are. They don't want people to realize how bad they are. They want to try to cover it up, not surprisingly. Going over your climate update here from the 6 to 10 day outlook here. Below normal temperatures for the east in the 6 to 10 day, and near normal for the precipitation, with a lot of below normal for the center of the country. 8 to 14 day, still in the below normal for the east and above normal for the west. So, and finally below normal precipitation. So hopefully we get a break from all this rain. So anyway, that's going to wrap up this weather update. Have a good night, and thank you for watching.